chipmunks, man. I got this, yeah.
Trash Queen versus Corrosive.
All right, guys, here we are in the map. As you can see already, we've got some very, very interesting terrain. The name of this map is called World's End. This is a fog map, and this is also a ranked match in the global league. So this is going to be some top tier gameplay coming from these players, and I'm super excited to be able to bring this to you guys right now. So let's introduce our players. On the top of the map, in black, playing Von Bolt, it is Trash Queen. On the bottom of the map, in pink, also playing Von Bolt, it is Corrosive. So let's go ahead and see what these players decide to do with this very interesting terrain. As you guys can see here, there is one thing I do want to point out here real quick so you guys have an understanding here. Taking a look right here and right here, you're going to see that each HQ has a black boat on top of it. Now, I don't know exactly why the map designer decided to do this, but this is a very interesting feature of this map. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not this is actually going to be utilized, if the repairs coming from the black boat is going to be something that the players are going to try and take advantage of, or whether or not it's just going to be a dead unit kind of on the field. It's going to be very interesting to see if this does sort of affect the game in any sort of way. But let's stay tuned and see what comes in here. It is Trash Queen's first play here on day number 1. Excuse me. Obviously, starting with the infantry unit. Standard play here, putting an infantry unit in both of their factories, moving forward. Corrosive's turn on day number 1. Let's see what they decide to do as well. We're going to have probably very similar gameplay here right now. Moving forward, we're going to see the infantry unit being produced down there in the bottom left-hand corner and moving this infantry in here. Whether or not this is going to turn into a cap, we'll see. There it is. The cap is starting. So it's looking like Corrosive's going to gain that property capping advantage. That is that additional infantry unit that starts for player number 2 in the bottom half of the map. Excuse me, I guess to consider balancing the map. I don't know if I agree with starting with an additional infantry unit just because you're turn number 2. I don't know how I feel about that. There is some controversy, at least with a few people. We've been talking a little bit about that, and we're not quite sure if that's the way to balance the map. Just because you go second doesn't always mean you're at a disadvantage in many of the instances. So here we're going to see another infantry unit being placed down by Corrosive, and it's looking like we're moving on to day number 2. Trash Queen gets to start this action off here. What are we going to see here? Not going for that cap initially. Interesting here. Corrosive is going to have that opportunity to finish that cap a little bit ahead of Trash Queen. Whether or not that's going to make a difference, we'll see up here. Top right-hand corner, we got Trash Queen moving in and capping that property, building another infantry unit, very standard gameplay coming out of Trash Queen here. Corrosive's turn on day number 2. Let's see what Corrosive decides to do. Moving in there, moving to cap. Yes, we have the cap going on there. Another infantry unit produced and not finishing off the cap on that building down here. Finished the cap and decided to move over this way. Hopefully, we're going to see Corrosive decide to go in for that quick cap on that factory. Then that would be very strange to see him just bail on that cap. Must be a good game plan here. Let's see what Corrosive decides to do with it. Moving that infantry unit down here. We are going to use that infantry instead to cap, so this must be a movement into that factory here, producing another infantry unit, and it's looking like we're just going to move ahead. Day number 3, Trash Queen gets to start us off. And moving that infantry unit, same positioning here. We're seeing very similar movements early game from Trash Queen and Corrosive. Looking like they're both going to be going for that. Are we going to see the cap? Yes, we are. Capping on that infantry. The infantry capping that property right there. Another infantry unit in the top right-hand corner moving down. Infantry unit being produced, and we see the recon. This is a gamble. Not a whole lot of resources at the start of this map. So putting 4,000 resources into a recon is a very, very interesting play here. Now, of course, we're going to have abundance of a little bit of abundance of money because we can only produce 1 unit from the factory at a time. So using this to produce a recon to get that extra scouting information early game could be a big payoff for Trash Queen. Let's see if that works out here. Day number 3. Corrosive's turn of day number 3, I should say. Moving forward, we are going to see the infantry unit going to cap that factory. That's exactly what it was. And finishing the cap off on that bottom right-hand corner. Infantry moving over to the seaport, it appears. and having some infantry units move across. So we're going to grab a quick airport as well coming for Corrosive. This is something we're not seeing out of Trash Queen. We've already started to see, we're on day number 3 and we're seeing some deviations in gameplay already. Something fantastic about Advanced Wars is the strategy. Day number 4, Trash Queen is going to open up that day with us right now. Moving that recon in all the way across, just taking advantage of those roads. As you guys know, that recons gain, well, they have a reduced movement on not roads. Have a hard time going through forests and a hard time going over the plains, but using the roads, they are able to achieve their maximum moving distance. So let's see if anything happens there. Camping on that factory. Looking like both players, both Trash Queen and Corrosive, are capping their factories. Simultaneously, producing more infantry units. We're seeing some movement on the right-hand side of the map now, and it's looking like Trash Queen going in for that Hail Mary. We're going to see if we can get an early cap right there. This property on the map here, right now in this specific situation, as Corrosive begins to produce units here, capping the unit, or moving the infantry units over to this factory here, then moving up this direction, we're creating a bit of a funnel. And for Trash Queen to own this property is going to give him a very, very strong defensive stronghold that he's going to be able to hold off any of the early advancing infantry units, also get some repairs and manage a little bit of map control in that area. It's going to be very interesting to see if that manages to pan out. Trash Queen moving across there, looking like Trash Queen going for the airport as well. Day number 4 for Corrosive. See, we're going here. We are going to cap that airport. Looking fantastic. Infantry units just moving across. Very standard opening gameplay. We are capturing that seaport early again. Another deviation coming from Corrosive opposed to Trash Queen. One of them deciding to go for that seaport while the other one is avoiding it completely and going for that recon unit. We are moving to grab the comm tower. Now, as we all know from just about any other game that you've seen on the old YouTubes, that those comm towers are vitally important. For those of you guys that don't know and you're just new to the channel, checking this out for the very first time, capping comm towers gives your team an additional 10% firepower. So they can be very, very game altering and game tilting moving forward. Producing our very first tank, Corrosive coming out with a tank. This is one of those gambles. Corrosive decides to go for the slightly later tank, where Trash Queen decided to go for that early recon unit to grab some scouting information. Again, deviations between these two. This is going to mean that there's going to be a very, very interesting clash in the middle of the map, and I cannot wait. Day number 5, Trash Queen's going to open up for us, moving that recon unit to scout as much information as possible. Here we can see that Trash Queen has identified that Corrosive is moving in for that comm tower. This is where things are going to get a little bit dicey. Are they going to have a fight, or is Trash Queen just going to back off and allow Corrosive to take that comm tower uncontested? Infantry units moving across. Very standard gameplay here. Nothing out of the norm. We are going to see that cap. Yes, we are. There it is. Trash Queen deciding to go for that defensive stronghold and grabbing that comm tower. Corrosive deciding to move more on the left-hand side of the map and being a little bit less aggressive on the bottom right. This is going to give Trash Queen that opportunity to hold that defensive choke that we talked about beforehand. And maybe this could be a game-altering decision for Corrosive. Moving forward, we're just seeing infantry units just doing the standard operation. We have a mech coming out from Trash Queen in the top right-hand corner out of that factory. Looking good. Another infantry unit coming out of his factory as well. Corrosive's turn of day number 5. Let's see what happens here now as we continue to move forward. Infantry units in the bottom right-hand corner are going to capture that property as well. And now we're going to start seeing his infantry units starting to make that curve around the peninsula and onto the mainland through that narrow chokehold. Looking like Trash Queen might try to hold that. I'm not sure exactly about the mech unit that Trash Queen made. I'm thinking that maybe saving up for a tank and moving that into that defensive position might have been a little bit better. But let's see what's happening here. We are capturing that comm tower here right now. And it's looking like Corrosive just doing a little bit of scouting, moving that infantry into the middle of the road, tank up on the road as well, scouting out that recon. This is not good for Trash Queen. This is a dicey situation. It's looking like Trash Queen's probably just going to have to back it up. If Corrosive decides to move that infantry unit forward, here in this situation here, decides to move it forward, it will uncover the recon unit, and then the tank will be able to attack afterwards. So it's looking like Trash Queen is just going to have to pull back and try and save that recon unit for another day. I guess Trash Queen could take this recon unit and drive it across this way as well to do a little bit more scouting out of the range of the tank. It's going to be interesting to see what Trash Queen decides to do here in this situation. Let's continue moving forward. Another infantry unit here coming out of Corrosive, and we got a mech as well. Interesting. Both players doing mechs on the opposite sides of the map, though I guess on the same side of the map for them, but opposite sides of their bases. Let's see how this is happening here. Day number 6, Trash Queen, of course, is going to open day number 6 for us, capping that property in the top left-hand corner. Recon unit is going to go into those trees. That's going to be very disappointing. Maybe not. Maybe not. It's going to be a toss-up of whether Corrosive decides to pull off that comm tower and reveal that recon unit so the tank can fire at it, or just simply leave the recon unit there for the scouting purposes and see what happens. Continuing to move infantry across the map, we are now capping the seaport. This is going to give Trash Queen that opportunity to grab some transports or a black boat and move some units from that factory across the map here, right? We're going to be able to produce those units over to here, and then from that point we can take the transports over to here and unload units to try and get a little bit of assistance to that side of the map. It's going to be interesting to see if any of the players decide to use transports or anything like that, black boats or a transport or even a battleship. That'd be cool to see a battleship this map. What do you guys think about that? Battleship would be pretty dope. We can see Trash Queen moving in for that comm tower, finishes it off there on this turn and moving more infantry units. Going to try and make a little bit of a wall there to hold Corrosive in on that. We do have, again, we have that property there on the right-hand side of the map that Trash Queen is going to be able to use to hold back this situation, producing more infantry units. Very standard gameplay here. Corrosive's turn, day number 6. Let's see what Corrosive decides to do. Are we going to continue grabbing that comm tower? Yes, we are. So we're going to leave that recon unit there of Trash Queens for now, and we're going to move over and do a little more scouting. Looking like we're going to cap that property. Yes, we are. Moving towards some more property capping here on the bottom side of the map. Over there on the right hand, we're seeing the infantry units move up for the capping of that property. There's going to be a little bit of a skirmish there for sure. It's going to be whether or not Trash Queen can reinforce that situation or not. Just continuously moving infantry units. We do have that mech down there as well, which is going to be great if there's a recon unit or a tank decides to show up. Infantry will have an opportunity to deal with that at a relatively inexpensive methodology. We're seeing our first artillery unit come in the bottom left-hand corner of the map here from Corrosive. I love artillery. I'm a big fan of parking artillery and trees and stuff like that. Probably one of the favorite moves in this game. Tank is moving up there. Holy crap, I was not expecting that play. Corrosive moving the tank all the way on the offensive there, going right into Trash Queen's base, checking out that little bit of area there on the peninsula. We can see in this top-hand corner that this tank has moved in. We can see all of this area here right now. We see this infantry unit here, and we're going to be in a defensive situation with this city here, giving that tank an opportunity to control the flow of the battle from that specific spot. That is a huge play from Corrosive. Very, 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 very well done. Day number 7, Trash Queen's going to open up for us here right now, finishing the cap off on that property in the top left-hand corner. Tank moving into the trees. This is out of the range here. We should be able to see the vision range. Yes, so the trees are out of the vision range of that tank, but can see both of those infantry units. Let's just see what happens here. Are they going to leave the infantry units there, moving into the trees? So this is a good opportunity to give vision for Trash Queen and not having to worry about Corrosive using that tank to take out that infantry unit. You have to scout it in the trees first and then fire upon it with a different unit or on another turn. That's a big, that was a nice tactical play from Trash Queen. Moving in some other units, we are grabbing the mountain here. This is going to give some pretty good vision there. Look at that. The vision right there, getting good vision of that specific area of the map. Seeing, that's actually just a really good mountain, actually, to be honest. It gives you great vision of your base, and it's going to be able to see if Corrosive decides to bring any other units in there. We have this infantry unit here as well. That's giving us a little bit of vision. So you can see here Trash Queen is able to see that section of the map relatively clearly, and I'm going to make sure that they don't get caught by any surprises whatsoever. Infantry units on the right-hand side of the map moving downwards. We are seeing some of them moving over to the left as well. Going to start capping some of those properties there. We got an infantry unit and another infantry unit. Very standard gameplay coming out of these players. Corrosive's turn on day number 7. Let's see what Corrosive decides to do. Moving forward, we've got capping at the bottom property there. We're moving infantry units up there. We're going to get into that position to be able to scout that recon. Yes, there we have it. Trap. I think Corrosive knew that. Maybe Corrosive forgot it was there or wasn't paying attention. That is a possibility in these situations. This game was played over about a week. Keep in mind that not all of these games are instant. This game was played over about a week. I think it started on September 28th and moved on to just today. It finished October 6th. So it went over just about a week. So definitely probably forgot that the what am I trying to say here? The recon unit here was hidden, and then we got that trap right there from that recon unit, which is pretty awesome. Infantry units coming across here, trying to make some more plays. Again, just this is a really good play from Corrosive, piling up those infantry units to give a nice, good wall of movement. And basically going to push right through there right now. Trash Queen trying to block that off here right now, which is actually really smart if you try to get in there with a tank or try to get in there with a recon unit. You're going to have to go through those infantry units first. So creating that little bit of a wall right here with his units is kind of forced Corrosive to bottleneck just a little bit, move those units in, and then make the push to get through. That's going to delay Corrosive's ability to push into the map by a few turns at least. Moving forward, we see some more infantry units coming out of those factories. Not a whole lot else. More infantry units, more infantry units. I'd like to see what that artillery in the bottom left-hand corner of the map's going to do. Day number 8, Trash Queen, is going to open up for us here. Moving that recon unit across there, getting away from that tank, losing that vision though. You can see here on the left-hand side of the map that Trash Queen has lost the vision of the tank, lost the vision of the artillery, lost the vision of the infantry units. So this is going to be a bit of a surprise, a bit of a rude awakening for Trash Queen. I mean, Trash Queen does know that there's one tank there, but again, this game could have been played over multiple days and could have forgot that that tank is there. Mech unit on the right-hand side, moving forward, getting into range here. This is a great move there from Trash Queen. That's going to allow Trash Queen to basically deal with any sort of vehicle harass that decides to come from the bottom section of the map. You can see there a tank also being produced by Corrosive. Infantry units starting to move forward from Trash Queen. We're moving down on the left-hand side of the map. And capping some properties there in the middle, and infantry units. So we're getting a little bit of a thick defense there, going through that choke point as well. This is going to be just to make sure that you have that backup. So you have units that back up units that back up units. Kind of that leapfrog effect. You want to make sure that none of your units are going in alone, and you always have another unit to back up the unit you sent in. Infantry units on the right-hand side of the map moving down. We're seeing some infantry, more infantry. And a battle copter. Here we go. Trash Queen just pulling out all the stops today. We've seen recon units out early. We got a battle copter out on day number 8. We haven't seen any use of the airport here at the moment from Corrosive. More infantry units, and we're moving on to Corrosive's turn of day number 8. Let's see what Corrosive decides to do with that artillery. I'm very interested to see exactly where that artillery down there is going to go. Infantry moving onto those shoals, which also act like roads. So you recon units do get a big chunk of movement speed here. We're moving the infantry unit there on the left middle of the map is now going to be detecting that recon unit that's sitting there. So Trash Queen has lost that a little bit of surprise, and there comes the tank to take this unit out, and we're attacking down to 2 HP. This is the first fight of the match, and I sure wish there were some sound effects or some kaplowies or some kabangos. One of the disadvantages of being on Advanced Wars by Web, we get that gameplay experience, but we don't get the visuals to kind of build that hype in there. But we've got a great tank shot there on that recon unit. Of course, we've got on the left-hand side there the infantry unit capping that building, and the artillery getting ready to back that up. Again, as I mentioned before, in the last turn, you want to make sure that you're never sending your units in alone, and you've always got backup so that you have units that can protect units and use that leapfrog technique. Tank coming in there on the bottom left-hand side of the map, getting ready to add a little bit more pressure there with Trash Queen. Or on Trash Queen, I should say. Corrosive moving the infantry units forward, trying to get a little bit of scouting done there. No attacking done, though, from Corrosive. I guess just scouting to see what's going on. It's looking like Corrosive is going to go with that barricade wall. Not sure how I feel about that. Not sure that's the right play. Is that the right play? Corrosive has the bulk units in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. Why you wouldn't move in and attack? We do have one attack there. That's good to see. But the other units just moved in there in a defensive position. Maybe didn't have the range. I forgot. They might have been out of range there, so it could have been just a tactical move there. Tank moving in. This is going to spell disaster for those infantry units the Trash Queen has there on the wall. But keep in mind, we do have that mech there as well, which is going to be there to take out that tank when it moves into position. Infantry are fighting here nicely, moving some more infantry units across. Another infantry unit moving. We have a recon unit now coming out of Corrosive, and infantry unit coming from there as well. And what else do we got going on here? That's it. That's it. Moving on to day number 9 of Trash Queen is going to start us off here. Moving that recon unit over to the trees. Basically just going to be using that as a scouting unit now. 2 HP recon unit. Basically, in terms of combat, utterly useless. But it doesn't... the HP on a unit doesn't diminish their sight range. So using those 2, 1, 2, 3 HP recon units in the trees to give you good scouting information until your opponent stumbles across those. Great solution. Tank moving in there, shooting there, but you can tell right now that he doesn't see the artillery unit that's sitting there right now, and that tank is going to take some serious damage from Corrosive on the next day. Tank moving in here as well. This is the backup tank for the tank that's about to get tanked from the artillery, and infantry units moving in there. Very standard operation. Moving that infantry unit back up onto the mountain there in the top left-hand corner, giving the sight, and we are capturing some properties there in the top middle. Looking like Trash Queen is going to start laying on the thickness there on the bottom right-hand side of the map. We're starting to see a bit of a skirmish here, and decides to bail on that property. And going to move over there, maybe go for that cap. Taking out one of those infantry units right now. We're going to be reinforcing this position with more infantry units. There we go. So you can see right there, Trash Queen decided to pull that infantry unit off of that city. Going to use that because we've got the wall here. That 8 HP infantry has the time to capture some more properties, and we're going to use a fresh infantry to take out the other infantry, and I'm saying infantry a lot. Here, another infantry moving it down, and another one down from the factory, and a tank. This is the Trash Queen's first tank on this side of the map. We do have that battlecopter in the middle of the map as well, moving towards that HQ, doing a little bit of scouting, seeing what's going on there. Infantry units coming out everywhere, and very standard gameplay from these two so far. Corrosive's turn right now, day number 9. Let's see what's going on here. Infantry units moving across the map, capping those units around Corrosive's HQ. Looking good. Tank's going to move in here to reinforce this situation. Are we going to see a shot? Yes, we are. 2 damage onto that infantry unit, and that tactical movement there. I like that. You could see that little play. That was actually quite clever. Takes the infantry unit off of here, moves it around into the trees to get a shot on that infantry unit because we have this artillery that can just make the shot anyway. That's going to be pretty huge. That's going to be actually, well, at this specific situation, unless that tank is able to move in there, it's going to be pretty good. Artillery, holy crap, down to that 8 damage on that tank right now. It's basically just a lump of scrap metal there. 2 HP, basically a useless tank in terms of combat. Is able to give a little bit of vision though. And we're back on the right-hand side of the map, looking like Corrosive's bouncing around here a little bit. Recon unit moving up there on the road, basically destroying that infantry unit, and the tank going to do some serious infantry unit damage as well. We got a 1 and a 5 here. Not looking good for Trash Queen. We are getting some backup there, though, with that mech unit coming in there, and more infantry units just piling in. This is the standard gameplay here, moving onto the mountain down below just to give Corrosive a little bit of viewing pleasure in their base as well. And the units on the right-hand side of the map capping some of those properties as well, trying to gain that advantage. You can see here right now on the right-hand side, both players have an income of 12,000, but Corrosive is up quite a bit actually right now in terms of net worth. Hopefully Trash Queen's going to be able to do something about that and balance this game out just a little bit more. Moving forward, infantry units coming at all the factories, build, and a battlecopter for Corrosive down there in the bottom left-hand side of the map. This is looking pretty good. Infantry units all around. Day number 10. Trash Queen's going to start us off. Tank moving in there and trapped? No. Anticipated that and firing on the tank. Now you can see here right now that the tank there on the left-hand side that moved onto the property is going to be outside, or I guess yeah, inside the outside. No, outside the inside of the artillery there, so that artillery can't fire on that tank. Hopefully we're going to see the merge of those tanks. No, we're going to see it back off and get some repairs done on that property. Moving to the middle of the map, we're going to see Trash Queen coming down here to scout out those properties. We're going to cap one of those as well. Tank moving down to the south. This is going to be one heck of a skirmish here in the bottom right-hand side of the map. You can see the Trash Queen deciding to cap that property there as well, and the battlecopter moving in to lay up on the assistance. Infantry units pulling across here. Now we're going to see that mech unit coming in here and deal some damage. Whoo, 60 damage onto that tank. This is a really good situation for Trash Queen right now. We do need to see some reinforcements coming in. There they are, moving in super nice. Infantry units on the left-hand side of the map. We're bouncing all over the place here right now. Infantry units coming across here. We do have another mech as well. That's going to take, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 turns to be viable. I don't know if a mech was the right play there. Oh, we've punctured the wall. Corrosive is now going to be able to escape outside of the wall. Infantry units coming in here to make sure that nothing else can be blocking that specific opening. Trash Queen is in a world of pain here right now. Lots of damage going to be dealt to that mech unit. Infantry units basically surrounding that mech. This is going to be a bad situation. Tank backing up for repairs. And more infantry units moving in here, taking it out. Not a good situation, and we're capping. Looking like Trash Queen has lost that offensive. You can see here right now, it's looking like Trash Queen is trying to fight on 2 offensives here right now. And it's looking like Corrosive decided to force more units on this side of the map up this direction, and less units for Trash Queen here. But you can see the opposite here. More units on this side coming from Trash Queen, and a lot less units from Corrosive on this side of the map. So it's going to be kind of like a polar opposite here, just a little bit. Actually identical. More units coming out of that specific spot. I'd like to see what these players decide to do with this movement here. Infantry unit moving up there, and basically this is starting the crapshoot of the map. Corrosive has broken through that wall and is going to start puking infantry units onto the main section of the map and producing more infantry units out of the factories. Infantry unit capping there in the middle, looking like Corrosive is absolutely dominating the map control on this map here right now. This is actually insane. Another tank shot coming in here. Trash Queen is in a rough situation right now. Not looking good. Losing that recon unit from that battlecopter, manages to make a tactical move in there. Takes it down. Infantry units moving forward. Tank moving backwards to get some repairs as well. What else are we going to see here? AA unit. That's it. An AA run has been produced in the bottom right-hand corner of the map from Corrosive. That's going to take out that battlecopter that he must have scoped. And moving on to day number 11. Trash Queen's going to start us off. Tank firing there in the bottom right-hand corner, dealing some damage to that infantry unit, trying to cap on those towers. Tank moving in there from that factory in the top right-hand corner, coming down there, dealing some damage to that infantry unit as well. Seeing more infantry units reinforcing the situation. Trash Queen trying to gain this map control back here from Corrosive. Infantry units just firing away. It's an absolute bloodbath in that bottom right-hand corner. Looking like the battlecopter's moving in here as well, trying to deal some damage. We're getting some explosions and death and destruction. Battlecopter taking out some of that recon HP, looking pretty good. Infantry unit moving across there on the left-hand side, taking out that other infantry unit of Corrosives. Now Trash Queen starting to push out a little bit more infantry units, fighting amongst one another. Tank backing off to those trees, but still providing some sort of vision. We're seeing a cap coming here from Trash Queen. Interesting play. I guess it's going to be the, basically the, what do they call that? The merge cap, right? When you just keep, infantry unit takes damage, you cap and then merge units with it to keep it full HP. Seeing some movement coming out of Corrosive here, left-hand side, right-hand side. They're moving all over the place here. Trash Queen backing that unit off just a little bit, and we're getting a recon unit for scouting coming in here. Corrosive's turn. Day number 11. Infantry units popping up. Replay having a little bit of issues. Another infantry unit moving there to capture some more properties. Trash Queen having a very hard time getting map dominance here right now. Only 2,000 resources down from Corrosive, so it's not super huge, but again, the longer that lasts, the more of an advantage Corrosive's going to have here. The 8 HP tank firing upon those infantry units, dealing some damage there. The artillery dealing some damage. Oh, what a play coming here from Corrosive. Going to take that out. Boom! There we go. That is huge play, stopping that cap here from Trash Queen. That is kind of like that reinforcement position Trash Queen really needed in order to maintain a good, solid map control in that specific area. Battlecopter moving in here. We're going to see some damage on the infantry units. Infantry following inwards. Corrosive doing some damage here. We're over onto the right-hand side of the map. A little bit of a skirmish going down there. We're having some infantry units fighting amongst each other. Are we going to see that mech unit move in? We might just see that. Or is it going to be a tank? Mech or tank? What are we going to see here? Infantry units piling in there, looking like Corrosive stalling here just a little bit, trying to figure out exactly what to do. Are we going to move the mech unit in on that right-hand side? I don't know if we are. Looking like we're not going to see that. Trash Queen. Day number 12. We're moving forward here. This is not looking good here right now. You can see the net worth of these two over on this side of the map. Over here, the net worth. But that's not net worth. The one up top is 60,000 to the 75,000. That's a big difference between these two here right now. This is going to be a very tough situation for Trash Queen to make a comeback from. Let's see what they decide to do, though. Infantry unit moving across there towards the HQ, backing up some units, and the battle copter going to come in here and try and get a poke there. I don't think that Trash Queen knows that there is an AA unit there. Good old Flak is going to come in here and deal some serious damage to that battle copter. Moving in the infantry units, just going to keep poking away here. Trash Queen going to get a little bit of repairs on that property and moving some of those infantry units away. We got a recon unit coming in here to do some damage. That was a big movement there, and taking out that infantry unit. This is a very, very good situation for Trash Queen to be in here right now, but deciding to move the tank away. We're going into the middle of the map to get some scouting done. It's looking like Trash Queen might be abandoning this fight here on the right-hand side and realizing that there's an absolute crapshoot knocking on their door on the left-hand side of the map. Let's see what it decides to do. Moving those infantry units, getting some scouting, taking out the infantry unit there, moving in more infantry unit, and the anti-air on its way in to take out that battlecopter as well. Tank's going to get a little bit of repairing sitting on that property. And another tank being built. It's looking like Trash Queen's starting to put a lot more emphasis on the left-hand side of the map, realizing that the battle is a lost cause here right now. Corrosive's turn of day number 12. Let's see what they decide to do here now. Infantry unit getting a little bit of scouting there on the right-hand side of the map. More infantry units moving in to replace the infantry units that are moving away, trying to make sure that they're not... the Corrosive is trying to put infantry units in the way to make sure the Trash Queen can't block off the pathing, so that Corrosive has a way to escape outside of the base for the vehicles that have longer movements. Finally, we're seeing that mech unit on the right-hand side going to do some damage, and not. We're going to cap instead. Interesting play. Very interesting play there. Not sure why that happened. Battlecopter still chilling. We've got some more damage on the infantry units here. Recon unit. Sorry, so many units in this game. Recon unit moving in there. Tank backing up to get a little bit more repairs. And the anti-air moving in here. Going to take out that battlecopter there on the bottom right-hand side of the map. And explosion, death, and destruction. Infantry units moving in. And essentially, this is looking really bad for Trash Queen. I am going to predict that there's going to be a very quick GG here within the next day or two. Trash Queen is just getting absolutely slaughtered here at the moment. This is just not a good situation. Corrosive is just dominating the map, capping those properties right now. 16 properties to 14 properties of Trash Queen. It's just an ugly match here for Trash Queen right now. We had some cool, interesting plays there at the beginning. We're starting to see some play there on the left-hand side. Tank's going to take out some of those infantry. Infantry going to take out some of those infantry. Recon unit moving in there to get a little bit of scouting done. Very good to see these players taking advantage of those recon units, making sure that they're getting the vision they need to make sure that their artilleries can do the things they need to do. Their indirects need that vision, and it's looking like Corrosive is just deciding to, like, you know what? You can come out of your base now. I'm going to move my battlecopter into the middle of the map, and I'm going to start to assert my dominance there. Basically just more infantry units coming out from the base of Corrosive. Day number 13, Trash Queen moving in here right now. More infantry units coming from Trash Queen. We're going to cap that property. Unfortunately, Trash Queen has no idea that Corrosive is knocking on their door. Moving in right now. Capping that property there in the middle of the map. Backed up by a tank there. Trash Queen starting to move some units across here. That 1 HP infantry unit basically just doing a little bit of scouting. Trying to give Trash Queen as much information as possible. Tank battle. Holy crap. That was a really lucky shot there. Left-hand side. The tank got some serious luck bonus there and did some massive damage. Whew, that was a good fight. That was a good fight. Infantry units coming across here. Anti-air moving in. Tank moving in, but we're keeping it behind the infantry right now. Looking like Trash Queen wants to mount up a bit of an offensive force before pushing out of the base. I think in this specific situation, that is a great tactical plan. And moving forward, we're starting to see a little bit more units there on the right-hand side. Infantry is going to be fighting amongst themselves again. Trash Queen deciding to give Corrosive that forest. I get it there. Tactical move now. Having that recon unit move into place. Using those trees as the armor bonus. Managing to take out that infantry unit there. And the tank firing from the trees as well. Onto that recon, onto that mech unit. Damaging it down to 50%. Going to stop that cap happening on the next turn. And essentially force Corrosive to do maybe a join cap or remove it completely and get some infantry there instead. Tank moving in there too from Trash Queen. We're going to see a little bit of damage here. Oh, 70% damage on that infantry unit. Get wrecked. Looking good. Infantry units moving there in the top left and passing the turn. Corrosive, day 13. Oh, artillery unit firing on that tank, evening out that skirmish that happened before. Very disappointed to see that Trash Queen getting blobbered by that artillery. A little bit of a fight going on there on the right-hand side as well. Looking like Trash Queen losing one of those infantry units. We're starting to see the battlecopter come across here. So you can see right there, Corrosive was able to identify that Trash Queen was capping that property and then was able to move that battlecopter into position with the vision gained by that infantry unit. Very, very good play there. Standard leapfrog. Very, very crisp and textbook. Blocking off that infantry unit using that tank, going to take that shot out, but preventing it in case there was an unlucky shot there, preventing it from moving forward to gain any sort of additional information, using that recon unit again there to block it as well, taking out that tank, and we're going to capture another property. This is a very, very ugly game for Trash Queen here right now. Tried to go for that a little bit of, excuse me, tried to go for that early game harass with that recon unit and then ended up just getting dumpstered. Unfortunately, a big whiff there, and we're seeing some more damage on the right-hand side. The mech unit firing on that tank, bringing it down to 5 HP, although the mech unit running out of ammo. Down to 2 HP on that mech unit. More infantry units moving forward to reinforce is the word I'm looking for. Reinforce the existing troops already there and just moving in more units. Tanks getting ready to go. Trash Queen, I think, honestly should just abandon that whole choke there and maybe fall back a little bit and produce some more units to try and hold everything together. Infantry unit moving up there in the middle of the map onto the trees, just giving a little bit of scouting range here. We can see the scout range right there. Not going to be able to see that Trash Queen's infantry unit is capping right up here, but we will see that tank probably infantry move in that direction and then the tank follow up afterwards. Infantry units being produced down there at the bottom and a tank in the bottom left-hand corner. That is pretty huge. Moving on to day number 14, Trash Queen once again going to kick us off here. Battlecopter moving into the middle of the map. Kind of an interesting play. I kind of like it. Mech unit moving forward, infantry unit moving forward, going to go for that cap, and we're going to have that anti-air unit. Oh no, he's going to take out the mech unit and then get absolutely crushed by that artillery there on the left-hand side of the map. Tank moving forward. Oh, great play. Going to take out that artillery unit, so it's not going to deal as much damage to that anti-air, although we do have the other artillery sitting right here as well. There was 2 put into position to be able to hit right here, so that's going to be a really good play from Corrosive. Great way to use the indirects. Worked very well. Infantry unit deciding to back off there in the middle of the map. Trash Queen having just a hell of a fight right here, right now. Firing that infantry unit from the road, not good. Taking out that capping mech unit and moving some more infantry units here. It's amazing. Trash Queen is still able to hold this advance back. This is really good to see, considering how kind of bad the map is moving. Huge play from Trash Queen on the left side of the map, going to cap that comm tower, at least apply some pressure here. It's going to look like Corrosive's probably going to have to bring some units in. We do have this tank right here in the bottom that can come in here and help with that, but it's going to take the little bit of the pressure off of the opening of the base right here and kind of move the defensive pressure to here. This is actually a really good play from Trash Queen. I hope that makes that plays off and works out well. More infantry units there on the right-hand side moving forward. We're seeing some great stuff happen, and just pass on the turn, making infantry units standard gameplay procedure here. Corrosive. What are we going to see here right now? Infantry units moving across the shoals there on the right-hand side of the map, taking out that infantry unit that was trying to get some repairs on that property. Battlecopter moving in here, going to take out some shots on that tank. Tank moving into the follow-up shot, and an unlucky roll. Trash Queen manages to keep that tank. Not for long, though. And tank taken down. Artillery units working their mojo. Flak's going to take out a tank. This is not looking good for Trash Queen. This could be the end of the match right here. I am sensing some GG action coming here in the near future. Artillery units moving in to back up these units as Corrosive is continuously pushing out of this chokehold into the main part of the map. Trash Queen's defense has faltered. This is going to be a GG very soon here. That infantry unit moving up there, seeing that black boat just chilling on that HQ. But we're not going to see... We're not going to see that infantry unit sitting on that city. Gonna miss it. All right. And recon unit there on the left-hand side of the map. Tank moving in here. Deciding to leave the cap on the comm tower. That's probably because we have artillery in the way. Guys, Trash Queen has the active ability up and running. Are we going to see it on the next turn, or are we just going to end this game with a GG? Oh, I'm excited to see. Of course, there's going to be no animations here for this specific ability. Again, Advanced Wars by Web. Not having any of those cool animations that we just love and dear. But keep in mind, you guys, if this continues to take off on the YouTube channel, we are going to be looking at doing some replay commentaries of the Advanced War Reboot Camp 1 and 2. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the channel. Become a member if you're looking to help me get a copy of that Advanced Wars game and support the channel. Infantry unit taking some damage there on the comm tower. Managing to force a little bit of a battle there, but it's definitely looking like Trash Queen sitting in this GG situation here right now. Not looking good. Trash Queen moving into day number 15. Are we going to see the active ability? Is it going to happen? No. Tank moving forward so far. I think we need to scout maybe just a little bit. Falling back with that unit, moving in another infantry unit here. Just going to be there for defensive purposes. Falling in with more infantry unit there on the top left-hand side, using that 3 HP tank to take out that artillery. Not a problem, though. It's looking like the Trash Queen. Holy crap, Trash Queen moving in that battlecopter to take out that infantry unit, and the infantry unit moved. Oh, this is a good situation for Trash Queen, getting a couple good shots in there, activating the CO power. Oh, super awesome. You can see that it hit right down. I guess we can use this. Hit right down here. Awesome, cool ability of Von Bolt is that it now disables these units with the X's on them for one full turn. They're unable to move. This is going to give Trash Queen a huge opportunity to get some reinforcements into that situation and hopefully maintain map control and dominance in that area. If not, it's going to be a very bad situation here for Trash Queen. Huge ability there. Coming in looking good. Attacking the unit there. And taking out some units, producing more infantry units, and the end of the turn. Not that big of a turn. Not that big of a turn. Corrosive. Not quite on full meter yet. And we're seeing some units in the bottom right-hand corner moving. Infantry units moving forwards. Rocket unit, finally. Corrosive bringing in the heavy hitters. He's going to just clear this whole section of the map out. Trash Queen is definitely in for a world of hurt here right now. This is not a good situation here. Corrosive just opening up shop on his ass and basically calling the GG. Look at the net worth here right now. We're at 61,000 to 81,000. It's just a absolute bloodbath at this point here right now. The recon unit taking out that infantry unit, capping that comm tower with the units backing up there to reinforce just a little bit. Fresh tank taking out an infantry unit on that property. Another infantry unit coming in here. Just dealing some sick damage here at the moment. Corrosive just dominating with the map control, moving some things back here just a little bit, realizing basically got things in the bag. Gonna try and get some repairs on that tank maybe on the next turn. Battlecopter being produced, artillery in the bottom left-hand corner, infantry unit, and passing the turn. Unfortunately, Corrosive was unable to get the enough meter there to activate the ability. And we're moving on to day number 16. Trash Queen going to launch us off here, falling back some infantry units. Tank moving forward to shoot the infantry unit instead. This is going to open up some pathing and allow Trash Queen to escape the base. You can see a little bit of a flippity-floppity work there that Corrosive decides to lock Trash Queen into his side of the base rather than the other way around. So you can see Corrosive breaking outside of their side of the base there on the right, and now trying to trap Trash Queen there on the left. Infantry units. We got a bit of a merge there, a bit of a join up. Infantry units getting reinforced, and tanks starting to come in here from the right-hand side. Recon unit, recon unit coming down here, taking out the infantry on the shoal. Fantastic. And, Replay missed a unit there. Must have been an infantry unit sitting there on that property, but not to worry. Trash Queen killed it anyway. Battlecopter moving in. Tank moving in to take out that flat cannon. Are we going to see the recon unit take it out? Yes, we are. More infantry units pouring from that top right hand. There it is. And Trash Queen has resigned. That is GG. There we have it, you guys. Corrosive takes that match. What a fantastic battle there. Corrosive just absolutely dominating that map control. Absolutely stellar. Not sure exactly how much editing you guys are going to see in this, if we're going to add some effects or things like that. Try and maybe get something going on. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching Synergy Gaming TV. I am your host, Synergy, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side.